How many out there of you are watching this show and have some kind of pain that you have been to the doctor so many different times, cannot find a diagnosis, don't know why, but it's just continuous? A lot of you do. A lot of young people as well. Well, today on the show, this is Shelby. She's a teenager, and she's had some problems. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Tell us what kind of problems that you were having before you decided to come see Dr. Spencer.
Well, I had injured my spine when I was in the 7th grade. Couldn't really seem to find a solution to it. I was in a lot of pain. It was spreading from my upper neck to my back, all the way through my shoulders. Couldn't really seem to find an answer for it. And so we're going to all these doctors trying to figure out, how do we fix this? It's getting in the way of my schoolwork, getting in the way of life, really.
Yeah,
Dr. Spencer
you're too young for that.
Exactly. I have things to be out there
There you
doing.
go.
So Dr. Spencer and I always say, I couldn't even go to the grocery store, really, without having to lean on the basket. And I look like a little old lady trying to walk through. So we started doing some online research and ended up finding here and figured it's worth the shot. And then we came in, Dr. Spencer was able to figure out, what was wrong and how we needed to address it to get me back on the road to living life.
There you go. Now, how long have you been coming here to see Dr. Spencer?
I've been coming here for about 3 years now.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of a continuous thing to help out with, because sometimes you do some damage to yourself that you might not be able to heal it all the way, but getting relief from it is a really big thing. So you can have a regular lifestyle.
Exactly.
And and like I said, you're just a teenager, and so you still got a lot of life to live.
A lot of things to do.
A lot of things to do. So it's really, really helped you out here with a different kind of treatment. And you said you had in your neck and all the way down your back.
Yeah, it spread it a lot. And that was another concern, was how do we stop it from getting worse and spreading even more. I'd get really bad headaches as well, and all caused from everything back here. So it was really important for us to address the problems that were there so that those things didn't continue, because they were spreading. It wasn't too pleasant.
No. I mean, we've been here many times before talking to Dr. Spencer about different things regarding fibromyalgia and carpal tunnel and all that. And again, there's so many different things that she can handle and help you with. As you said, Shelby, with your back and your neck, the headaches and everything, a lot of people don't realize it. If you get them compressed discs in there, you can really have some major problems.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
You.
Pleasure having you, and glad you got some relief.
Absolutely.
Let's talk to Dr. Spencer. Dr. Spencer, it's always good to talk to you. Now, with Shelby's case, I mean, it's surprising, and I'm sure a lot of young people don't think about it, that they've got some neck problems. They think, I'm just, maybe I twist my neck, but it could actually lead to some major problems down the line if they don't do something about it.
Absolutely, and people don't think about kids in chiropractic and how well they can respond to chiropractic care. And some of our most miraculous cases are children and teenagers. And just because you're a child doesn't mean you don't have pain.
No.
And that you don't get misalignments in your spine. And 10% of our nerve system carries pain messages. And you can have a little misalignment in your spine from the birth process or from learning how to walk. And think about how many times you fall when you're learning how to walk, and how many times you see your kid fall before they're 3 years old. I forget the statistics about the average number of time a child falls during that time, but it's pretty high. And all the things that children go through that may misalign their spine and cause pressure on their nerve system.
As you're talking about, I mean, look at the way kids are growing up. They got skateboards, roller skates, different things like that. They got the new hoverboards that if they don't blow up on you, you fall off of. And then once you get on up, the kids are involved in so many different sports. You've got gymnastics, football, baseball, track, soccer, dance. That's a big thing.
Absolutely.
More and more. And those things can actually cause some problems for adolescents.
Absolutely. And they can develop headaches, lower back pain, and chronic pain just like adults can. But the thing is, when you address it when someone is young and their nerve system is still growing, and their bones and their muscles and so forth, that body responds so much quicker than a 50, 60, 70-year-old body that has
Oh,
been
I know
in
that
pain.
way all too well, tell me.
And it's so much easier to address those problems and have that body retain those changes
Right.
and make them more permanent than someone who has degenerated disc and develops those more.
Because as you said, our bones, our muscles at that age, they're still growing, they're still
growing
developing.
growing
So there is
changes.
time to fix it.
Absolutely. Let me tell you a wonderful story about what happened when I was in chiropractic college. I had my first family of people that I was treating. I had the mother and the dad, and I was getting all the kids in. But one of the children was very sick. He had never been able to breathe out of his nose.
Wow.
He had been a mouth breather his entire life. And the mother said the birth process for this child was so traumatic that she had pushed and pushed for so many hours in a military hospital, and they finally ended up having to do a C-section on the child. And when they brought the child to her, it was black and blue and, you know, all beat up from trying to get it out of the
Sure,
birth
yeah.
canal and so forth. And she said the child was sick its whole life and just it actually had developed a speech impediment from being a mouth breather and so forth. I began to treat this child in chiropractic college, and almost immediately he began to breathe normally, which was amazing.
Wow.
Yes, and his nerve system began to respond, and he began to get healthier. I see kids for headaches, ear infections, all sorts of things. When the nerve system has no interference, your body works better. That works for kids as well as adults. So if you have a child that is sick, not just having pain, but chronic sickness, you know, they should come in and have some type of wellness chiropractic appointment to see if there's some things we can do to help their body get better and stay better. Because many times there's just a very easy answer that we can have for that child without drugs, without surgery, without medical interventions, you know, that may have side effects and cause other problems.
Because a lot of them, they'll think, well, I just put them on medication all the time. We'll just keep them medicated all the time.
Yeah.
And that's not doing anything but masking the problem.
Yes, and so many of the parents, you know, have the kids on Benadryls and allergy medicines and so on and so forth, and not realizing the side effects of the medication, how it slows down the learning processes, and you know, all the side effects of the medications. Did you know that the United States consumes over 50% of the prescription medication in the world? That we're the most medicated country that there is, yet we have a very low percentage in world health statistically. So the answer is really not more medication.
Yeah.
It's to find better ways to live and be healthy naturally.
And if you'd like some more information on that, if you know you or one of your your children or a child has some issues, has some problems, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Very educational. Give them a call.